Bill
Jackman. Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Jim. Hi, Margaret. I got to see Margaret's connecting with her audio there. Hello, amazing Melody Ryba. Love and appreciate you. Hi, Margaret. Hi, John. Andrea. Angel Acosta. Wow. Great to have you on here, sir.
Matthew, hi.
We got downtown Jay Clark. Hey, Matthew. Okay, I guess we can go ahead and get started. So as people come on here, I want to welcome you. My name is Robert Hollis. Welcome to the very first Sizzle Session. How many of you know what a Sizzle Session is? Please raise your hand. All right, great. That's awesome. Terry went, and we're done. So say hi to Terry. She always, I don't know if you guys know this, but whenever I do a Zoom, she's sitting right here. Just making sure that I do what I'm supposed to. So it's a stun gun. Hi, Dee Dee, how are you? And this Sizzle Session is going to be, let me explain exactly what it is. But the Sizzle Session is extremely, extremely interactive. So what a Sizzle Session is. A Sizzle Session is all of us sort of masterminding, meeting on a weekly basis about what we can and what is working in our business. So it might be totally different than what you're used to getting on, because a training is you usually sitting there listening to someone like me just talk your ear off. That is not what this is about. What we used to call this, believe it or not, and Craig, for some of you, Melody, Matt, my wife, you guys will know what this is. We used to do a small portion of this where we asked everyone to express their wins. All right. So what give me a win that has happened to you, and something that has been exciting, and it could be about the training or something that you had an aha moment about, or you know, something that you're pretty happy. Here's a win. You know, I actually bought one of the books that Robert suggested, and I actually read a chapter. See, woohoo! You know, that's a win. And we just want everyone, as they get a part of this Sizzle Session, is as we continue to build it, is what you guys will see is this is a place where everybody can come on. Now, this Saturday, just to give you guys a upfront thing that's happening on Saturday, is we're going to do an Ask Me Anything. So this is not where you ask questions. This Sizzle Session is also not where you whine and complain about, you know, how much your life sucks. All right. Okay. So, you know, we're going to have another session that we're right now coming up with a name that we used to call a breakthrough, how to get rid of limiting beliefs, finding the missing link of what you're missing. See, everyone believes they're stuck. Everyone believes they're missing something. If they only had this one thing, I believe that Matthew and Hannah probably came up with a pretty good name for it, was Harnessing Unlimited Wisdom. Craig, Melody, bring that all the way back, right? And so I see a bunch of people coming on here. So hi, Faith. Hi, Jay, John, Steve, Dustin, Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Linda. Hi, Thea. Hi, Jim. Margaret, Deborah, Lucas. Did I miss anybody? Okay, great. So that's what it is. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this, all right? By leading by example, all right? So a Sizzle Session is let me share something with you guys that I think is really incredible. A lot of people want people in their group to get motivated and move ahead. How many people would love people to follow you? Hi, John, how you doing? And what you got to do is sometimes you got to lead by example, even if you don't know what you're doing. So I started to do a video every day, and I started talking about this book, a book that I read in 1992. I see Dee has the 45-second presentation. I think it's the same book. But there was two things that happened to me as I purposely read a chapter a day and then did a video on that chapter. If you guys noticed, I learned a couple of things that you don't have to draw. You could hold up the book and show the pictures. You're like, so if you guys remember the very first one, I actually drew on a marker, right? And I was going like, okay, I got to draw this, and then all of a sudden I got smarter. I actually took a picture and then printed the picture and held the picture up that I printed from the picture on my phone. And then I thought, wow, what I could do is I could just hold up the book and show the picture in the book. So I know that sounds like little tiny wins, but usually how you learn to do something effectively is just by doing. Yeah. All right. So I figured at the beginning of this year, if I did a video a day, that I wanted to sort of just dump out my mind of everything that I knew that I believed that a person needed to be successful in this profession. And I don't know how many of you have plugged into the videos. You can go to roberthollis.com/free and actually get a copy of my book. But how many people love what Matthew's done in that back office? I mean, just give him a hand, give him a shout out down here. Really, really, really great. All right. So here's one of the wins that I had is as I was doing this and leading by example, I reached out to Josh Wago, the owner of the company that I'm in. And I said, Josh, have you ever read this book? And his response was, no. No, I haven't read that book. And I said, do you know that you are an 8-year-old company, debt-free? You've done $500 million. And do you know that this guy has 1 million satisfied active distributors in his group? This one guy has more people active in his group than you do as a company. So all of a sudden, I noticed that Josh started posting in the circle a 2x2x2 theoretical example on showing people on how to make money. And then he came out with this thing called a 10x2. You guys are going to see it as he puts it in. But he was saying 2 affiliates. And as you go through affiliates, you're going to run into people that don't want to do the business. They want to be a customer. So he said, how about we do a 10 and 2, a driving academy to driving your business. Now, how many people like to get acknowledgement? How many people like acceptance? How many people like to be heard? See, I've been in this company for 4 years, and because I grabbed a book and started talking every day of a chapter of the book, just going on to social media and doing it, then grabbing that video. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can do a video on Facebook Live. And when you're done, you can click on it and download the video. So then I downloaded that video and then I uploaded it to the team vision group. And then I took that same video and loaded it up on my business profile. And I also loaded it up on YouTube. Now, as little as this sounds, my viewership, the amount of people that followed me has gone up by over 5,000 people. How many of you would like 5,000 new followers? And all I did was a video a day where I read a chapter before I did the video. And then I got in and just gave you my opinion of it. Now, some of you I know as you read this, watch this, or watch it recorded, some of you go, I'm never going to do a video ever. I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way. And I actually, when I got involved in this industry, I said that I was going to be the very first person that was going to go to the top of the compensation plan with not doing a testimonial, not doing an opportunity, not doing a training, not doing anything. So when some of you are saying, I don't want to do that, I want you to know that I know where you are. So one day I just did it. And I think that over the years, I've gotten a little better at it. So that's my win. Now, the first person I'm going to call on is probably going to be very surprised that I'm doing this. But Javi, I want you to come on. So unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
How you doing?
Unbelievable, fantabulous, great, man. Doing super.
All right. I want you to share, Javi. You've been with me now for how long?
3 weeks. It's going to be a month this week coming up.
Okay. So in the 3 weeks that you've been with me, have you heard anything different than you have in the past? And have you applied any of that? And has it helped you change your mindset and become active in building this business?
Well, let me tell you, you already know, but I'm going to share with everyone, the last 2 years, I've been spending thousands of dollars trying to figure out how to do this business and, master the business. What I've been learning with you in the last 3 weeks, I have never heard before, ever. And I haven't spent a penny. So, you've been helping me to change my mindset. You've been helping me to understand this business, how it really works. And the most important thing is just how simple it is to build a business. It's not easy, but how simple duplicatable is. It is just amazing. And sometimes I'm going to kill myself down. What I would do with all that money that I spend, but hey, it's a learning process,
Yeah, please don't beat yourself up anymore.
I need to learn that one.
Just focus on. Now, one of the things I wanted to share with you, is that you shared with me where you were, you would find yourself getting into action, and then you would find yourself not doing the things you were supposed to do every day. And then all of a sudden you were beating yourself up because instead of being consistent, you would find 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, sometimes 4 days where you're not doing anything. And you and I came up with a mastermind. I won't say that you reached out to me, said, listen, here's what I'm dealing with. I don't know how to get past this. And I want you to share what you did with your children that really got you to go into gear.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Always, be like that. And even my wife mentioned sometimes to me, you get excited, you do things, and then you drop the ball. So when I reached out to you, it was a breaking point because I remember having that conversation, and then right after that, I was crying like a baby. And I was asking God, please guide me, give me solutions, give me a sign of what I need to do. The next day, I talked to you and just boom, drop the bomb. And what I did is after we finished a long conversation back and forth, I went to my kids. I have 2 kids, 16 and 11 years old, Gabby and Joseph. I sit down with them in the dining room and say, listen, guys, from today on, I'm going to stop procrastinating. I'm going to stop doing what I've been doing in the past. I'm going to commit with you guys that by next year, I'm going to have all the money to pay your college, Gabby, and we're going to retire mommy, and then I'm gonna retire myself so we can travel over the world. But I need your help. And they were looking at me like, Papi, are you okay? I said, listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come up with 10 things that I need to do every single day in order for me to build this business. I'm gonna put it on the board. I'm gonna check off as I do the things. Every morning, you come out and check the board to make sure I have the check mark done. And at the end of the night, before you go to bed, you're gonna check that board. And for some reason I'm missing one of those, you're gonna come and tell me, Papi, you cannot go to sleep until you finish what is left. Man, it's been crazy. My daughter this morning, oh, Papi, 2 days in a row, you've been doing everything that you said. And my son today, in the middle, he came and said, Papi, halfway is not through. What's going on? I was, Papi, you have to give me the whole day to do it. So tonight, you come back and check. I was, okay. And he goes, I'm checking you. I'm checking you. Man, those kind of things is changing my life, man. Thanks to you, Robert. Well, you are a blessing for me and my family.
Oh, well, I love you, Javi. And I know we've only known each other for a short period of time. But, you know, what we all got to do in these Sizzle sessions is come up with ways to be able to all support each other. I want everyone to be able to come to this and come up with ideas that have worked for you. And Javi doesn't know this, but I'm bold enough to tell every one of you that I always ask God, you know, to just open up my ears and let me listen and guide me in helping and speaking to those people. And what Javi doesn't realize is he told me, I just said to him, how do you motivate your children? And Javi said, oh, he says, I got them in check. They got a board and we write down the things that they do. And he says, my son can't play video games or play any computer games unless he's got those things checked off. So Javi didn't know that he gave me the idea that what if he can hold his children accountable, why can't his children hold him accountable? So drop a yes and a thank you, Javi. And I'm really, really proud of you, Javi, and you should be proud of yourself.
Yes, I am. And then tonight, I left you a message on my week because I was driving, you know. Say, hey, Robert, any way you want to record a session because I'm driving. And right after I came out, said, no way, I'm in a hotel right now. And I love the hotel because I didn't want to be driving and watching this. Stop by in a hotel. I don't even know the name of the hotel. I'm in the lobby because I'm committed. I said, no, I cannot go home and tell my kids, I miss this. And that's amazing, the level of commitment that I'm getting from them. And I'm going to tell them, listen, I was driving, but I stopped by in a hotel. I sit on the lobby and, you know, and man, it's amazing what you've been doing in my life in the last 3 weeks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And I'm going to make sure this always stays a Sizzle session. So I got to learn to do Sizzle session, you guys. You know how much I love to teach, right? And so I really would like to teach right now, but I'm not going to. You guys get enough of me teaching. You know, I've done, 501 videos. So, listen to this stuff. So now that I've said that, who else on here has something they would like to share that's either a win or something that they're doing that they're getting results from? Give me a win that you did. Hi, Bill. Nice to see you on here. Who else have I missed here? Betna? Right.
So Robert.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for today's training. And thank you for kicking our ass and calling us out. I appreciate that. I needed that. I really needed that. You know, I've been grieving the loss of my mom, and this morning she came to me and said that, hey, it's time to go to work. And so that, and I've read all your stuff. I've read your books more than once, followed you, and just haven't taken the action necessary. But that's all going to change now. I said it's hot in Tucson. It's on fire now. So,
Bill, I'm so sorry for your loss, and my my prayers are with you and your family, but now you got your mother's help.
Right, you're right. She's with me. She's
So you got another co-pilot.
and I've been talking to my sister, which is a big win because she's been struggling with life, and all of a sudden she's making a turnaround and she's listening to me, and she's probably the best network marketer on the planet. She just doesn't know it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Right there.
Yeah.
Everybody that knows me and met Terry went, Terry's way better at this business than you. And it's like, we just got to get her out of her shell. Yeah. Did I say hi to Curtis already? Hey, Curtis, nice to see you.
Hey, everybody. Sorry I got on late. I was sitting there waiting and I got distracted with something and realized, oh, shoot, it already started.
Well, make sure you take a picture of that note and send it to me. I need a note from your parents. Again, also the Sizzle Session. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna keep this light. Like, we don't want to. So, who's got another win that they would like to share? Thank you, Bill. Not all of you. You're all winning. You guys are just got
hey, Robert.
wins going on in your life.
Hey, Robert.
Hi, Linda. I see Linda.
Robert, I'm sorry, John.
No, go ahead.
I was trying to unmute. But I just want to say that I am so grateful to be on all your trainings for the past couple of weeks. And I feel myself growing. I've learned how to become a friend. I've learned how from all the teachings that you're giving, even in the tribe. I completed the training on being a friend, and I was so happy. And I have enjoyed all the trainings that you've been doing for the past weeks. I had to go back, like you said, undo all the thinking that I had done. I was like Hobby, and I feel where Hobby is coming from. I've been with the company now for more than 2 years. And I have in my back office $1.05. I'm proud of that. But I'm looking now to go further. I'm looking to make 1K, 2K, 3K. I'm calling it into action. I'm grateful that you started back the training again. And I had been out of work. I lost my job in January. And I had been out of work for 3 months. And before, I had read that book. I had been reading Think and Grow Rich. I haven't gotten all the way through, but it's the story in now 3 feet from the goal. I jumped on a job that I had before, and I should have waited just 3 more days. Then you started the training. I was so mad at myself, and I was so uncomfortable on that job. I can't do that work anymore because I had already gathered the mindset that I don't want to do that anymore. I want to go full-fledged with my daily choice. And I want to continue to do the growth. I do have my book, my books.
Yay.
My books. I'm putting it in. And I even went as far back to go back and grab my, I don't know if everybody else received, but they gave all the information in here. So I'm filling myself up. I'm edging all the other stuff out.
Good.
And I'm bringing it all in. And I'm thankful for the growth. So I know success comes through happiness. I'm not worried about the money because if I'm successful, then the money's going to come.
Amen. Well, I agree with you, and all those that believe agree with Linda that it's going to come to pass. 2 or more gathered in his name, it's going to come to pass. And even if you guys don't believe, just say, I just wish her luck. And so, you know, Linda, let's give it all to you. And I'm so proud of you. I'm super proud of you. All I know is you guys is all the things that you do, all the things that you don't do was learned.
Yes.
So all the things that you can do, you can learn. So, you know, I can guarantee you there was times where Linda and Javi, it's easy for us all just not to do it.
Yeah.
And hey, we're here. So Linda, love you, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I do have my book. How's that working for you? So don't think that I don't have your book. It's upstairs.
Hey, thank you very much. You're a blessing.
Thank you, Robert.
Who else do we have? I think, John is nice enough to.
Robert,
let's let John go next, Bill, because
Robert, I think I'm going to take a shot at this. I was lucky enough to meet up with you and Terry in Vegas. We got to share some of our past, long past. But, you know, and I think I'm looking at the pictures here, and there's a lot of us that I'm way over the baby boomer category and been in direct sales, I guess, maybe 35, 40 years, and been fortunate and blessed to be with a lot of big people in the business, whatever. But I got to compliment you for having reached the level that you have over all these years and taking time to invest in everybody just starting. And it's a mind game and belief, because we are so often distracted, and so many distractions and negatives in this. And I look at it, I'm 73 and I'm looking at this and whatever, and had large organizations. But I think one of the things is you got to look at yourself. If not this, there is something. But the point is, I think Michael Jackson's musical, The Man in the Mirror, or The Woman in the Mirror, you got to look at what you are, what you want, not where you are today, but where do you want to be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. And it isn't a question of the investment. The best money I ever invested in my mindset in business was the $47.50 that I invested in 1977 in the Amway business.
Yeah.
I got the burn of entrepreneurship, whether I made $2.80 or thousands of dollars. It's the relationships along. And actually, and I think I've told you this, Robert, my original sponsor in 1977, we're still friends all these years later. And we meet in Orlando 3 or 4 times a year. So you never know who and where you'll touch. And I think one of the things is, you know, the best person you're going to prospect is the person behind you, because they're not going to go away until you get your fast food. Okay. They ain't leaving until I'm finished talking. And I also look at the fact you can't explain a multi-million-dollar business, okay, to somebody that doesn't have a dime to get on a bus. Yeah. You just got to turn around and take it. And, you know, some of the guys and whatever, it's going to take you 1,000 to get 100. And you're going to get the 100, it's going to take you 10. But 3 of those are going to make you millionaires. And you will know that, Robert, you've taught that. And you know who I'm talking about, who's nowhere along this. But I want to say, sincerely appreciate you coming out. And that's a whole new world. You can't say that anymore. You coming out and taking time to be with, what do we got, 32 people? Best Thursday night at 10 o'clock I could spend. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. I love and appreciate that. And I'm so proud of you. It's, I just think mentally at the beginning of this year, I knew I was turning 60. And I was going like,
60. I can't. 60. I can't remember that far back.
And I just mentally just went, oh my Lord, I'm not even close to where I wanted to be as far as the amount of people I impacted. And so I thought if I just went back to the basics and taught the basics, and it was funny, I doing the videos, you guys, and just talking about the basics. There's a lady that still doesn't want to be mentioned. But she's made over $10 million in this industry. And she said that she was never going to do it again. And she's seen one of my videos and she said, you know why I stopped doing network marketing? And I said, why? And she says, because I got sick and tired of putting people in front of presentations that never, ever showed people the simple steps to making a check.
Yeah.
She said, drawing the circles. She said, when I first got involved in this industry, someone showed me how to get a extra income. They didn't spend all this time talking about products. They didn't spend all this time talking about a story or the owners. They showed me how a simple way to go out and get a check. And I did that. And when I got my first check, like Linda said, I'm proud of my check. A lot of people in this world never get a check. And so, Bill, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I'll tell you one quick one, and you know some of the story, but I was fortunate enough in the Amway business to meet Joe Victor, one of the seven people that created the Amway world. We're sitting here in Atlanta having dinner, and I'm being humbled. And I said, Joe, how many people have you touched? He says, I touch one person at a time. That subsequently touched one person at a time. That subsequently over my 50 years in Amway have touched millions.
Yeah.
And that's what you do.
Well, we all know, people that are believers, we all know what one person can do.
one person at a time. So again, Robert, thank you. And
God bless.
See you again soon.
Okay. Now, John, let's hear from John.
All right, Robert, man, I tell you, boy, you have really helped me shift some gears up here, and the first couple of years in here, I've had to forget all the things that I know from people who were mentors, who taught me how to do all this stuff, that I know how to do that does work, but does not duplicate.
Yeah.
And that was always the biggest problem that I've ever seen in network marketing is the inability to duplicate. People say, well, just do what I do, but everybody can't do what you do, because it's not simple enough. Everybody's not going to shoot videos. Everybody's not going to do email. Everybody's not going to do traffic. But how simple is it to ask somebody for a favor? That is the ingenious concept. That is, and all my years I've been here, I've never heard that before. And so, I didn't want to use my voice on the Facebook or LinkedIn. I didn't want to use the voice, but I kept forcing myself and then got to the point where it's fun using the voice because you can convey, the energy, you can convey the enthusiasm. And I still have a Dino that barks in my ear every time I get ready to use the voice. And the way I combat that is I just press the button. Because see, what happens is sometimes I start thinking about what I'm going to say. I just say, shut up. And I press the button and just start talking.
Yeah.
And I just start talking. And this is what I've done in the last couple of days. See these lines, if you can see that. But those are all the names that I've gone through in the last couple of days. Just those are the people who have called me and wished me a happy birthday. And so I've reached back to them to thank them and then ask them for a favor.
Bingo.
It's a list, ready-made list.
Bingo. John, I'm so proud of you, man. And for those of you that watched the training last night, John, you should be proud of yourself. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Okay, who else? Who else would like to share with us your win? And you guys are on here for the first time, so you guys are just going to know that we're going to start jumping on these every Thursday, and we're just going to talk about all of us moving forward. You know what I mean? All of us moving forward. So, Dee Dee, did you raise your hand?
I did, yep.
Hi, Dee Dee.
Hi. Hey, listen, I wanted to tell you, Robert, there's been a couple things you said. I'm always 1 to 2 days behind of your videos. So I started walking in the morning, just 1 mile, just a quick mile, and I listened to the videos then. But I have to tell you, I was listening to you with it's not the napkin presentation, just the series that you just did.
Yeah.
And I ordered the book that you held up, but then I walked by my bookcase and I have this book.
Yes.
And then when I opened it, Robert, I've already read the book and I took notes. However, it didn't come across the way you are doing the training, right? So now I'm studying it. I'm going back to find each video, read the chapter and study. But I want to tell you, my win, it's kind of weird. It's not putting anybody else down, but one thing you said recently, I made it to 1K. And then I fell out of 1K and my whole team quit, Robert. My whole team quit. But I just kept saying, hey, you've done marketing for a long time. You can't quit. This is the best company you've ever been in. Just keep listening to Robert. Don't listen to anybody else. So I'm making this point to tell you because you've said, hey, you said this, Robert. I've watched people on Facebook do their big whoop-de-woo, and then they make something, but then the next month they're back out of the whatever they made. Maybe it's 1K, right. Maybe it's 25K, whatever. And so I was like, just keep listening to Robert. Now I do have to tell you, because I started trying to talk about FFX, taking pictures. I just put $100 of gas in my vehicle, and I was so tempted to, because I've sold products, right? I have sold my Daily Choice products. And I said, we're going through these chapters and you're studying. And that seems like so small, but for me, while I was thinking about what is a Sizzle Session and what is my win, that was like a big struggle for me to not jump back in to blah, 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 blah about my products. I have done lives. You can go to my Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
There are so many lives. I've always done it, but I'm like, no, do it this way. Do it this way. So that was a win for me.
Dee Dee, that is a huge win. They say that there's a lot of neat things that you can do, and you guys will hear me talk about these moving forward. You know, they say if you really want to change and alter your patterns, even do it with the way that you go to work. You know, try brushing your teeth with the other hand. Just start doing stuff to break all of that wiring that we've done for, if you're old like Bill, 73 years. It's like, but it's like, but when you stop yourself, Dee Dee, that's awareness. That's awareness. I got all the hair standing up on my body. That's Dee Dee listening to her higher self. And that's when it clicks. It clicks when the first time that someone says, what do you do? And you go, oh, I sell cosmetics. And if you think about if you heard that, people would go like, why would you say that? It's like
I'm trying to train myself to say I'm a professional referrer.
Yeah.
I'm like, follow him. He said, okay, listen, there's people that are successful and there's people that are not successful. But when you show your back office, I'm like, okay, Dee Dee, follow Robert. He's done it.
Yeah. So, and for you guys, there's two people, I think I've already said them on a lot of the trainings, but you guys need to see that I know that if I have, and you have, 1 million people on subscription, oh my Lord. You know, so companies can't say that.
I didn't know that.
Companies in this industry can't say that. They get these spikes of a bunch of sales and then they drop, and a spike of a bunch of sales and then they drop. They're doing this business not the right way. So Dee Dee, wow, thank you so much for sharing. I just love you, and I don't know what you're doing, but you look more gorgeous than you ever have. So
thank you. It must be the walking.
You're glowing. It definitely has to be that and renewing your mind. Yeah. So that's really cool.
Thank you.
Who's next? Before we get going further,
I gotta interrupt.
Bill, you've already had your turn. Bill.
No, okay. This Matthew Hollis, is that any relationship?
What?
Matthew Hollis, is that a relationship?
No relation. No relation.
Oh, okay. That's
no. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's my wife.
What you're telling all of us, the 32 that are here listening to your chitty chat, that Matthew is the brains behind making you look good.
Yes.
Okay.
I try.
Okay. Matthew, you're doing a good job. Keep it up. Old guys need the help they can get.
Thanks, guys.
You, Val.
Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Val.
Bill.
You're doing a
that's
great
my
job.
son,
You're doing
Matthew. For those
seriously.
of you that don't know, Matthew is our middle son. So he's 30, married for 7 years, got his little boy, Corgi, Milo.
Yep, I'm Malcolm in the middle. So,
but yeah, if you guys see anything that's on the internet, especially with the website, that is the talent. That is the talent behind all of that. So thank you, Matthew.
Thanks,
including
guys.
the graphic for setting up the Sizzle session and you guys registering. That's him. So self-taught. Yeah, self-taught. Homeschooled. So pretty cool. All right, but how are you guys put all below? Are you liking this win session? Are you liking people saying, hey, you know what? I'm winning. It's so much better than there's two ways that we can do this. And one is we could all listen to something. And it's funny, I got a revelation, another quick win. I watched a training last night. I don't even remember what the guy's name is. I know Bill's been to his training 35 times. And hey, I said we were going to have fun doing this. Bill, not you, Bill Shoemaker. So it's like, I thought, Bill, I'll just say something funny and I hope you find it funny. I was watching, doing the training and everyone's doing chatting and they're going, I love this guy's training. I love this guy's training. I bought it all. And I'm going like, you shouldn't be saying that. So wait a minute, you bought the course, go into action and you didn't go into action? No, I'm just joking. But it's, but here's the whole point of what I was saying. He said something that I thought was really unique. And he was talking about, people that say that they're always distracted. How many of you would say that there's a lot of things that distract you? So I have this saying, ADD, always dealing with distractions. So here's something that I told Matt that he said that really hit home with me, because when you're doing something that you love, when you're doing something that fulfills you, when you're doing something that you love so much that you lose track of time, people that are told that they are always distracted have superpowers of hyper focus. Some of you, if I were around you and you got to do every day what you wanted to do, you wouldn't be distracted. You're going, I love this. I'm not bored. This is fun. I just want to do this all day, every day. So if you find something like I have found, information, that unlimited wisdom that's changed my life in every area, and then all day, every day, I just want to share that info. Now you guys are understanding how I'm so focused. I'm so focused. And I love doing this because I know that I'm making a difference. And the more people that I help make a difference, the more companies pay me. It's pretty fascinating. Very, very fascinating. Crystal, I see you raised your hand. Oh, you didn't? Okay. Oh, you were just giving a thumbs up. Okay. Thank you, Crystal. Thanks for the thumbs up. You did that for a reason, Crystal. If all of you can just say a quick thought and a prayer for Crystal. She jumped on this and didn't think that she was going to be on here because she had to attend a funeral today of someone that she loved, and here she is anyway. So I love you, Crystal. All right. Anybody else got a win? Deborah.
Sure. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Deborah.
Jonathan, I am so blessed. All these years, I'm even more blessed with you and Melody's caring about me and helping me, point, guiding, and direct. Let me tell you, after 4 years, what I feel like. I just thought of this. I feel like I've been on an exercise bike. It goes round and round and round, but it doesn't go anywhere. And so that's where I've been. I've had so many excuses of medical reasons and other stuff. And I've watched so many people do this business incorrectly, according to your way of doing it. And Robert, that's what I've learned in the last week is maybe it was during the owner's manual the last 2 days, but you were stressing how important it is to do things in order, in a certain order. And I so get this because I see people going off in different ways. And I feel good that I finally going to get off the exercise bike without breaking my leg. I'm not going to hop off. But anyway, and take action. I feel my win is that I feel totally committed and aware of what's going on. And yesterday was my very first day, and I'm so excited that I took action all day, and all of a sudden it was 7 o'clock, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't even remember. So today I couldn't wait to get up and do the morning ritual and continue my day. And it's just a whole nother level of awareness is the key and doing the right order of things. So thank you, Robert and Melody.
Welcome. You're welcome. I love you, Deborah. And
I love you.
I know that it's so funny to think, Deborah, that you had a lot of health issues that stopped you from doing this business. And in the last couple of years, and what does it feel like that you took 2 years off because of your health issues and you come back and you're in the same place that other people are that were doing this for 2 years?
Well, the wisdom is there still. I had a real fear of failure too, of reaching out and rejection.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to.
You don't have to fear failure because you're already there.
And Melody reminded me.
I told you these were going to be different. Yeah, people don't have to fear rejection because we've already been rejected, and we don't have to fear of failure because we're so good at beating ourselves up every day because of us failing. None of us, including
Before
me.
I start, I'm fearing rejection. I'm creating my own.
Yeah. Nobody on this video, live or recorded, that watched the replay of this, nobody is at the place that they feel they need to be in all areas of their life.
Absolutely.
Because we all know we can do better.
And we all care about one another's success, and helping others is the most important part.
Amen.
Thank you, Robert, for helping us keep our mindset and the organized way of doing things. Thank you.
You bet. Love ya.
Love you.
I got one more comment and then I'll cool it. But
we're going to have to get Bill his own sizzle session.
Yeah. Well, it's called the Baby Boomer Sizzle. Okay. But no, I think one of the nice things about everybody on here that you've opened up the channels for everybody to communicate. And so many times these give and take sessions, it's sit there dictating, regurgitating, that type of thing. But Robert, you've allowed everybody to interact and change and feel if they feel comfortable. If they don't, that's great. But the point being is this really can become a really great community, again, with a direction and a message and in a relative time frame, but everybody is encouraged to participate, whether it's simple. And your simple comment is just as important. And I like the way you just backpedaled on her comment about being feared and being a loser. And you pedaled that one real good. But the bottom line is everybody, and I look at JJ in Leesburg, Florida, and he's smiling the whole thing. And Bill petting his dog, and Linda encouraging, and Andre's just going here. Matt's going stealth. Jay is sitting there. But everybody in this community comes from a different reason and got involved for a different reason, a different inspiration, and a different motivation. And we truly, the 35 or 40 or whatever it's going to be in this number, feel blessed to be able to enjoy and to reap the benefits of your 35 years of hard sweat equity, the ups and the downs, because there are ups and downs in this business. And don't let anybody being in business is not easy. You sold promises that didn't dare, and your sponsor probably quit 90 days ago, 94 days ago, because it wasn't a get rich. But the thing is, I said earlier, there's something about the integrity and the people wanting more for whatever reason in their life. And again, I'm done out of Atlanta because it's way past my bedtime in my chair.
Bill, thank you so much for your input. I think you guys can hear, I joke with Bill, and me and Bill and Terry got to spend some real private time together. And you know, yeah, at the Loser Bar. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Out of all the places that we could have picked, we said, listen, let's go into the Loser Bar.
Hey, and I got you for the $16 for the damn beer. Thank you.
But
I want to make sure it wasn't. I want to make sure it wasn't your last buck.
Yeah, Bill's a wise veteran, a wise veteran. So I'm blessed to have him on here, and thank you so much, Bill. Okay, Kai.
Can you hear me, Robert?
I can. How are you, brother?
Oh my God. Sorry, I came in late. The training previously went a little overtime. But hey, I'm here.
No apology accepted.
Ouch.
Stop apologizing for stuff.
Point given.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Awesome.
Share your win. The win was you got on the training.
That was one of it. You took the words out of my mouth there. But my biggest, I want to say my biggest win today was you helping me stabilizing myself, because I was just ready to get my claws out. I was but when you said that very, very powerful phrase, let go. And I was just, you're right. What am I doing? What am I concentrating on? What kind of bloody energy am I putting myself into?
Right.
This is a bloody waste of time. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to breathe. And lo and behold, everything just started falling into place. And
yes.
got a few. I'm so used to saying pre-enrollees, but hey, a few prospects.
Good. I'm proud of you, Kai. And for the catch every one of you up, have you guys seen anybody ever post something on the internet or social media that sort of pissed you off? Now, here's what's very unique. How many people notice that if someone says something about you, you're sort of like, it's water on a duck's back, goodbye. But sometimes when people attack people that you love, you're like, all right, especially Linda shaking her head and some other people, the mama bears come out, right, Andrea? And it's like, all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, okay, it's over. So Kai ran into an individual that was attacking some people that he loved. And, Kai was already, putting together the bombing equipment and
I was not ready to go Taliban yet.
Yeah, he was already planning his flight out and putting his game plan together. And I just told him, I said, listen, let it go. And he was silent for a little bit, and then all of a sudden he posted a graphic of Frozen, the girl singing "Let It Go," and it's like, man, Kai said it. You said it perfect, Kai. When you can be aware that you were able to take control of your space back. I always tell people you live in the now. That's a whole nother training, right, Matt? Eric Tolley, ran into him years and years and years ago. And when I learned to live in the present, then I knew that everything outside of me was trying to pull me out of that presence. That I needed to live in the moment right now. And I'm sad to say, and some of you know this, that there's some people that never, ever get in the moment. There's so many things that are out of their control that are pulling them in every direction. And they don't realize that minutes and hours and days and weeks and months go by, and they're still not in the moment. They're still not in the present moment. where you can connect with another person. And so Kai, I'm proud of you, because I could tell by your messages, you still wanted to voice that you let go. And then all of a sudden you just went, well, geez, still talking about it's not letting it go. So
no. And just for a quick clarification for everybody in this industry, there's a good Kai and there's the bad Kai.
Maybe you're becoming more defensive just because you're defending your first name. There you go.
It's a Mongolian German thing.
Well, thank you, Kai. Thank you very much. We'll take one more. Come on, someone's got a good win that's happened to them, and I don't care because this is the first Sizzle session. So give me a win that's happened to you so far this year, Craig.
Well, to me, the big win, Robert, is you doing this, because you have such knowledge, you have such great information, and such a great share, a way to reach people. And I'm going to say, not just in network marketing, in life. Everything that you say, all of the references in the books and the videos that you share, step back just for a quick moment, everyone, and look at it from not just the narrow network marketing MLM point of view, but open up a wider view and think about it. The science of getting rich. Don't think of that as, think of that as more of a science of life and getting through life. And the fact that Robert, in fact, I've been with Robert for quite some time, and one of his courses was go through the science of getting rich. Learn it. Understand it. Read it. Reread it. Same thing with the greatest miracle in the world. Okay, a lot of people associate it with network marketing, but open up a little more. It's not just network marketing, it's life. And every time I hear you, Robert, I am so grateful to follow you, not just in the network marketing, but just in life. And that to me is a huge win. Bless you and thank you.
Thank you, Craig. And I know one of Craig's win is, Craig has always been around for the vision that I throw out there. I want to impact millions and millions and millions of people's lives. And it just happens to be right now, I don't know of a better vehicle to get people from A to B on the financial side than MDC. So, there's going to be a lot of people that you guys are going to start seeing that are going to be in all the live sessions that we're doing, because I'm going to start doing probably at least 3 of these a week and not Sizzle sessions. So there'll be Ask Me Anythings on Saturdays. And then on Tuesdays, we're going to put together, this harnessing the unlimited wisdom. And my goal is to go out and make an impact in people's lives all over the world. I don't know if you guys agree with this statement. And that's one thing about having vision, VISION, is vision inspires success in others now. It's really all about, I just really feel that more than ever, people in the world, and especially young people, just have no hope anymore. They just, man. And, we've been joking about age, but man, I was blessed to grow up in the 60s and the 70s. I mean, wow, it was like, man, everyone was flourishing, had a boat, had snowmobiles. It's like everybody was at peace because they bought a small piece of property and a small home that they paid off. Everyone went on vacations, and they went on more than one vacation. And everyone just seemed to have a job that wasn't a big, giant paying job, but it just happened to be that the economy was in a way where, the amount that you paid for your utilities and everything ended up being half of your paycheck instead of all of your paycheck. And so, you know, my son and I and his brother Kyle have had these conversations where I just can't imagine living on $30,000 a month. I mean, $30,000 a year when your rent's $30,000. It's like, what the hell? You know what I mean? These kids are not in a good place. They don't have any hope. They are not inspired. And unfortunately, all those kids have parents and all those kids have grandparents. And they're sort of looking at the generation just going, wow, where was the person that me and Bill walked into, where all of a sudden you walk up to them and they're going like, dude, how did you get that car? Well, it's my little business that I'm drawing circles. And it's like, you know, it was back in the age where people were like, listen, if you got money, I want to know how to get it. And now there's a mentality where people don't want to do anything because they think that it won't grow. It won't do anything. So the reason that I wanted to put together this Sizzle session is, how many people think that if we're not preaching, we're not teaching, we're not doing a presentation, that we're just calling out people giving wins? Do you think that a person would want to be a part of this community as we consistently grow it every Thursday? You guys watch. I would invite someone to a Sizzle session just to hear a bunch of people talk about their wins and that there's some hope in the world and that there's some inspiration in the world. And I'm doing some things that are working, and people are going to go, wow, did you hear what Linda said? What book is she talking about? And people are going to be more inspired being invited to a Sizzle session than they would ever, hey, Melody, you know, what are you doing Thursday night? I don't have a couple hours. Say, it used to be called a briefing, and now it's called a longing. And unfortunately, people have an 8-second attention span. Great question, Javi. Can you invite people to the Sizzle sessions? Yes, 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 yes. So I want to create a bunch of people on here. And I believe this with my heart in closing. Do you guys know that if you make a commitment to show up next week at the Sizzle session, whether you share in typing or you share on the video for the very first time, how many people think that your intentions on trying to find a way to get a win this week might be a thought? Mm-hmm. And thoughts are things. Thank you, JJ. Thoughts are things. It's like all of a sudden, it's like, I want to get on the Sizzle session, but I don't want to be the only person that hasn't gotten a win. And I think you guys are going to know more that we pull together with this Sizzle session is I'm not just talking about wins and making a paycheck. I'm not talking about a Sizzle session of how you recruited or sold something. This is about winning in life. This is about us all talking about little things that we can do and win in life. For some of you already know this, and there's people on here that love that I'm back. And Matt made a commitment with me, and same with my wife. I'm not leaving this time. I'm going to stay in it because I'm doing it for different reasons. I quit doing this stuff because it was really important for me. I had to work on my ego. And let me tell you what it was, you guys. I didn't want to do trainings anymore and speak from my soul and share with you all the vulnerable stuff about Robert Hollis. And you didn't do anything with it. So I'm sorry I left. I'm sorry. Please find it in your heart to forgive me, because what I did is something that I'm going to teach you. That was unrealistic expectations for me. It was unrealistic expectations to only do something if you guys did something with it. Does that make sense? So I'm 60 and I'm older, and I'm going to do my best to share with you things that I know that can change every area of your life. And if you choose not to do anything with it, I still want you on the Sizzle session, and I want to still love up on you. Let's create a space for a lot of people to come, and they're going, damn, I'm just showing up there because it feels good. There's a bunch of people that are talking about some positive stuff that are going, you know, if anywhere, you know, for a lack of words, hopefully no one will get mad at me, but, you know, let's create our own church here. I promise I won't ask for any tithing. You know what I mean? We won't pass around the plate. You know what I mean? So Matthew, thank you so much for putting this together. I love and appreciate you so much. And Craig.
Thank you.
Co-host.
Thanks, Craig.
Absolutely.
And I really want to say a special thanks to all of those people that contributed. Thank you very much for being bold and coming up, and Linda and John and Dee Dee. And I'm trying to thank Bill and Deborah. Thank you guys so much for Bill and Linda. I said Linda. Okay. Terry.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Terry. Say.
Terry.
Okay, Terry. All right.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Terry.
Got the dog.
Dex and Leo,
right.
the chairman of the board and the board members, right?
Right.
All right.
I want to say too, before we leave, anytime, if you guys want to share these Sizzle sessions with other people, roberthollis.com/sizzle will always have signups for the next Sizzle session. So just roberthollis.com/sizzle. And then any of our live shows are all the newest one, upcoming one will always be on /live. So roberthollis.com/live. So after this goes down, you'll be able to go there and sign up for the AMA, and you can always sign up for the AMA on roberthollis.com/AMA. We're working on a way to auto register anyone that's part of roberthollis.com, but that will be in the future. Right now, you'll need to register for those. So
Thank you.
All right.
thank you, everybody.
See you guys on tomorrow.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Craig.
Unmute and say goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love you all.
Bye, Robert. Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank
Bill.
you, Robert.
Thank you,
Bless
Dee
you
Dee.
guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Dad,
you.
Craig, everybody.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Next week. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Matthew.
Welcome back to Zoom,
Thank you,
Robert.
Matthew.
Thanks, Scott.
Welcome,
Appreciate you.
welcome
Man.
back, Robert.
Thank you, brother. Bye-bye.